Sometimes, love doesn't need to be announced. It doesn't need to be celebrated with lavish parties or posted on social media. Because the deepest kind of love grows quietly. And that's exactly what happened between Tan Songyun and Xukai. Their story isn't a typical love story. It's not just a pairing hyped up because of on-screen chemistry. This is a story of two hearts that found each other, without scripts, without pretense. And Tan Songyun's honest confession recently broke hearts everywhere. It all started like any other drama project. Tan Songyun and Xukai were simply cast together. Just another job. Scripts, shooting, camera, action. But behind the studio lights and repeated takes, something much deeper was quietly unfolding. What began as a purely professional interaction slowly started to feel different. Not because they tried to be romantic, but because Xukai was silently always there. Tan Shed is not the talkative type, but somehow he always knew when I needed company, even before I said a word. What does it feel like to be loved without asking? To be seen without having to scream for attention? Maybe that's the purest form of love. Tan Songyun never intended to fall in love, especially in the middle of exhausting shoots, public expectations, and a life that rarely allowed her to breathe. But night after night, when everyone else went home, and only the two of them were left on set, those small, quiet moments began to leave a mark. Xukai would suddenly show up with a warm drink, or just sit quietly beside her without saying a thing. To others, that might seem ordinary, but to Tan, it meant, I see you. I'm here for you. No flowers, no expensive rings, just thoughtful gestures that she never had to ask for. That came from someone who wasn't trying to impress anyone. And that is what made her fall. Fans had long speculated. Are they really close? Is it all just acting? But when Tan Songyun opened up in an interview, everything became clear. With a trembling voice, she said, it wasn't a love that exploded all at once. Not a dramatic one. It was love that grew slowly and deeper every day. She even added, with him, I can be honest with myself. I don't have to pretend to be strong. I don't have to always look happy. And at that point, anyone who's ever had to pretend in front of the world could understand. Having someone who sees your most fragile side is not just luck, it's a gift. They're not the kind of couple who flaunt their relationship. No aesthetic couple pics. No sweet captions tagging each other on Instagram. But that's exactly what made their connection feel real. Tan said, he never made grand promises, but he's consistent. He's present. He cares. And you know, a love that's stable, especially in the entertainment world, is rare. Where everyone competes to be seen. Xukai became her quiet anchor. Tan also talked about how Xukai treats people around him. Not just producers or co-stars, but staff, crew, even those often overlooked. He never forgets to say thank you. Tan said, that's when I knew what kind of person he truly is. Opening up as a public figure is hard. Every move is judged. Every smile becomes speculation. Tan Songyun admitted she had doubts. Could she be honest? Was she ready for the consequences? But she realized, living a life just to meet others' expectations is not a life worth living. I don't want to keep pretending, she said. I'd rather live honestly, even if it gets messy. And from that honesty, this story becomes more than just celebrity gossip. It becomes a reminder that love isn't about appearances, but the courage to show up fully. Tan Songyun and Xukai's story isn't one filled with viral drama, but it's powerful because of its simplicity, because it blossomed between quiet laughter silent glances, and stillness. In a world that's fast and harsh, their love is like a slow song in the noise. Soft, but deep. And maybe that's why it touches us. Because behind the screen, they prove one thing. The love that's not flaunted is often the most genuine. If you've ever felt a love like this, one that speaks in silence, yet means everything, drop a comment, because you're not alone. And if you believe love isn't about loud declarations, but about who stays when the world gets heavy, Tan and Xukai's story is your answer. Don't forget to like, share with someone who needs to believe in love again, and subscribe for more real-life dramas that'll break your heart and warm it at the same time. See you in the next video.